Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Happy Easter, happy April Fool's Day. It's April the 1st, it's a Monday. And today I want to speak about the importance of calibrating your eye, training your eye as a livestock farmer. More importantly, a livestock grazier, someone who grazes livestock. Okay, I'm going to speak about cattle. This is applicable to any livestock that you graze. A lot of the principles stay the same. Once you have a fundamental understanding of the animal you're dealing with, the soil and the grass, the principles stay the same. Do whatever animals you like. Let's just jump out and show you what I mean, guys. Let's get a real world example. Okay, so I'm just going to go into the field where I've got my cows grazing. Hurdle the fence, bear with me. I'll show you. Okay, here they are. Now, I'll explain what I'm doing here, guys. I don't know if you'll be able to see that well. Can you see the cows yet? That's fine. Guys, what I'm doing here, I've got this sort of laneway set up with the fencing that I showed you the other day. And I've got a water source over there, sorry. I showed you that the other day, that's what I was thinking. I just got that set up. I had to pipe it in from another location. So that's just a temporary trough. Now what we're doing here is a bit of a strip grazing approach, okay? And sorry to use all the jargon because I really hate that, but it's applicable in this sense. Strip grazing is a technique where you utilize thinner strips of grass or land to graze your animals bit at a time, and it's aside from using a field or a paddock, it's a bit tighter, it's a bit more controlled, and I'll go and show you exactly what I mean. But what I'm doing is I'm moving them up. Here's the other thing. I think maybe the key part about it is, in this case, I haven't got a back fence. So I'm moving my animals and I've got a fence in front of them to stop them going further than I want them, but I haven't got a back fence. So they're free to go all the way back as far as they can. The crucial bit is keeping fresh grass in front of them so they don't want to go back, because why would you want to come here? I mean, where I am, you can see they've made a mess of it, you know. They won't come back and graze this as long as they've got fresh, good grass. This is muddy, it's been pooped on, it's been urinated on, it's been trampled into the ground, and the most palatable top portion of the plant has been taken off already. Okay, so no reason they should be here other than these guys. So we've got cows and calves. These cows are calving, and so they've left them behind there. That's the other reason for not doing the back fence. If I move those cows away too quickly, they might leave their calves, not be able to get back to them. They might try and get back to them and wreck the fence, anything like that. So really, it's not a problem. Also, they're getting back to the water this way, okay? So that's what I'm working with. Because of the trouble I had with the water, I don't have the water trough as portable as I wanted it, which is fine. I've just got it in a fixed location and they're just coming back to it, grazing ahead and coming back to it. Here's why we need to calibrate our eyes as graziers. Here's what I saw going on, okay? Here's where they were yesterday, or was it this morning? They were still here this morning. Under this fence line here that I'm dangerously close to, I saw cows reaching under here and grazing, you know, good one or 2 feet away from the fence line, the other side. You know, as soon as I spotted that, I'm clued in that they need to be moved ASAP, because they're desperate for fresh grass, okay? I move them straight into a new paddock and their heads down right in the middle, just harvesting all that forage. So if I see that, I know they're not going to be eating as much as they can, and I want to get them to eat as much as they can. I want their guts full, absolutely full. That way they're putting on weight, they're performing, their health is going to be in the best condition it can be. So you've got to clue in, guys. Keep an eye out for these signs. Also, it's just what you've got to do when you're walking across. You know, so I'll show you. You can see the line actually. You might be able to see the line if I put you there. This is yesterday to today. I've moved them twice today, so they've had 2 little strips, and that's a good density. A good density of animals in one space, and it's meant they've harvested the grass quite cleanly, which I like. You might be able to see this line up here, so that's the difference between one day and the other in terms of what they've harvested. And again, this clean kind of lighter coloured patch here, it's probably where the fence was, and they've leant under and ate and grazed the grass under it whilst it was clean, tasty, fresh, never been stepped on, never been trampled. So that's probably what they were doing. So you've got to be clued into these things. Just keep an eye out for these signs. Also, what I'm looking at when I'm looking down here at where they've been, manure distribution. I'm looking at where they've pooped and how densely that distribution is. I want it as dense as possible, really. I want muck everywhere. You know, after a grazing event, that's brilliant. That's fertilizer. That's going to help it rebound for the next time I want to come graze it with my cows. So I'm looking at that, and then one of the biggest things then is just I'm looking at each individual plant, seeing what's been grazed, to what height, and how severely, and what's not been grazed. I can see here there's leaves that haven't been cut; they're fresh. So I'm keeping an eye out for that. I don't mind if they bite every little bit of grass in this field. I don't mind. That's fine by me. That's what they're here to do. But I don't want them to graze it too short down to the ground, because that's going to slow it up from recovering, and I need the recovery as quick as possible. I want to be back here grazing again as soon as I can once the plant's recovered. That's going to stop me overgrazing. You can see there, look, that cow's going back to a calf, so that's what I'm talking about. Whilst they're calving, it's hard to do a back fence because you get the calves stuck behind it. And I'm not too worried. You know, she's walking over here. She's not going to be eating any of the plants. I mean, I hope she doesn't prove me wrong and just stick her head down for a graze. That'd be embarrassing. But they've got a bunch of fresh grass up there. Let's go show that. So why would they walk back and graze this dirty grass here? They wouldn't. They don't want to. And that's all I'm trying to stop, really. You know, the conditions are okay. It's a little bit wet, but not too bad. I don't mind a cow walking over my field. You know, that's what they're here to do. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, look at that. That's a great example there. Can you see this? That's where this fence was a little bit over, so it's not quite there, but that's where they've leant under the fence and grazed. And look how cleanly they've grazed that as well. Just because this is fenced off, there's no trampling, there's no manure, no urine. So it just shows what they will do if you let them. Let's get some good footage here. So these cows are literally I've just moved them. Look at that, fresh grass. They are loving it. Nice looking calves there. I hope you both, yes, okay, so in the distance you can see another little fence. That's their next strip. Like I said, guys, I'm moving these guys on every day at least once a day. That's gonna be, I think, yeah, that'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll move them there, probably in the morning. And I might do what I've done today, which is move them again in the evening. So it's like 6 o'clock now. Do that second move. I think it's just gonna, what's it gonna do? It's gonna help me graze less selectively. So that's gonna mean they eat plants a bit more non-discriminatory, I don't know. But you get what I mean. They're gonna clean everything up even, like a lawnmower, as opposed to just picking their favourite bits. So that's gonna help doing that. What else is it gonna help? I think it's gonna help get more food into them, more gut fill. That second move, because they get they'll do their first graze in the morning tomorrow, fill their bellies, ruminate on that, chewing the cud and whatnot. Then I'll move them again. That will sort of reset their system, get them excited again. I don't know how much of it is It's kind of like the bro science of the farming world, but that's my theory, and yeah, it's working so far. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, like I said, guys, calibrate your eye. It's something I'm still learning. You know, I've only just started, but you've got to keep an eye out for these clues, and you've got to be quick. If you really want to maximize your efficiency, you've really got to be quick on this. Everything. You don't realize how much you've already done that in the past. Obviously, I've grown up on a farm. You don't realize you calibrate your eye to look at the fence lines, see if like fences are down, see if animals are down. Like, right now, I'm looking at 2 calves that are down laid on the floor. I mean, no doubt they're sleeping, but you just got to keep an eye. Any sick animals, you don't realize subconsciously what you're calibrated to look at. But as part of becoming more regenerative and learning a bit more about how we improve the soil, you add a few new metrics into your database of things to look at, and suddenly a whole, you know, it's like opening your eyes. It's like that line from The Matrix when he's like, why do my eyes hurt? And the guy's like, because you've never used them before. That's what it feels like sometimes when you learn new stuff and look at new stuff in a different way, a new way. But yeah, I mean, if I show you that, guys, you can see these cows have just stopped right on that line. They're not, that was, you know, this morning's strip. They're not going to go back there. They're not bothered. They've got fresh grass here. That's all they're going to eat. So that's a new technique for me. Just seeing how it goes, playing around with it. I'm willing to be flexible and adapt it at any time. And I think I've got, you know, enough infrastructure, enough fences and stuff to be able to do that should I want to. But we'll monitor that and see what we think. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll tune in again with some updates. See you on the next one. Take care.